Hey guys, we're gonna learn Tinkerplots. If you don't have Tinkerplots, go ahead and download it. All right, so when you open up Tinkerplots, go ahead and hit a new file, and you should get something like I have over here. So let's see how we enter data in Tinkerplots. So go ahead and click on cards and drag it into the white space in front of you. So this is where we're going to enter our data. So you can name the collection. Let's say we want to look at the class data. So I can type in class data over here and I click OK, and then we're going to name the attributes. So let's see, I might be interested in gender, and I might be interested in, let's say, how much homework you do. And I might be interested, let's say, in your birth year. And notice that I didn't leave a space because it doesn't like to have a space, so you have to put an underscore or something. And then I might be interested in whether or not you have a job. And I might be interested in, let's say, if you have children. All right. So this is where we enter our values. So let's say this is the new case, student is going to be a male. He does 10 hours of homework. He's born in, let's say, 1985. He doesn't have a job and he doesn't have any children. So that's the first one. The unit for homework, let's say this is in hours per week. And maybe I'm going to put another attribute here as height. And that one will be, let's say he's 70 inches tall. All right, so my next person will be a female. And she does 12 hours a week. She's of homework. She's born in 1985. She has a job. And she has one child. And she's 62 inches tall. And my next student is going to be a male. He does 8 hours of homework a week. He's born in 1999, so I'm just going to put 99. He has no job, he has no children, and he's 68 inches tall. And then my last student is going to be a teeny class, is a female. She does 15 hours of homework a week. She's born in 1997. She has a job, but she doesn't have children, and she is 63 inches tall. So that's my class. So I want to see this data, and I want to see it in a table. So I'm going to move this over here if it lets me move it over here. So I'm going to put a table over here so I can see the same data in a table. I can make it a little bit bigger, and there's my data. One thing to note is you see how the homework and birth year and height, they are kind of like they're continuous variables, so they show as a graded kind of color scheme, whereas gender or job that are discrete show as discrete categories. I could also make a plot of the data, and there's not much data in here, and here they are. So if I clicked on one of these bubbles, then I know that this person is this person number 1 from here. All right, so we're going to get rid of all this, and we're going to see how to use Tinkerplots to make some graphs. So luckily, if you go under File and open Sample Document, Tinkerplots has a lot of stuff that's built into it. So first of all, you can use tutorials over here, but let's go ahead and click on Social Studies and look under this Tinkerplot file that says wages. All right, so there's a lot of data here. So if you open it, there's 534 cases, and these are sorted by gender, but I think I'm going to do them by wage. So here's the wages. And there's an interesting question at the bottom. So as at the end of this video, you're gonna have to maybe explore these, and I'm gonna separate you in groups and have you work as groups and answer one of these two questions. But for the time being, let's do this. So each one of the wages, the higher the wage, the darker the color. Now you can make these dots larger or smaller. Right, so that's a circle icon. And what I'm going to do is I want to see them in a way that's better. So I'm going to pick one of these dots and you can pull them apart. So this is kind of like, say, I want them to be separated. So you could pull them apart and say fewer categories, right? So or very many categories. So let me put them back together. All right, so this is the wages in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 distinct groups. If I continue to pull them apart, it's going to kind of make it like a distribution. So it looks like a mess right now, but what you can do is there's this really handy button that says stack over here. And there it is. Now, it's not your what is called in statistics normal distribution. It looks skewed. It's skewed. It's skewed toward the left side. It's actually called skew to the right, but we'll see that in a little bit in a future lecture. For the moment, let's see. This is dollars an hour. If you look at this money, the data comes from 1985, and the minimum wage at that time was something like $3 or $4 an hour. So it looks like a lot of people are making very little money, and there's a few people who are making a lot of money. So one might be interested, if we're looking at this question, is like, do the data suggest that males earn more than females? Well, I have to color these dots by gender. So I can do that by clicking on gender, but then now they're mixed up. But just like we did separating the wages, what you can do is you can pull these apart, and now they'll be separated. So we see females and males. So looking at this, it does appear that perhaps the females are making a little bit less than the males. Well, so one thing you could do is, and we're going to learn this as we explore the class, but there's things, averages like the mean. So what we might want to do is click on the mean, and this shows us where the mean is. So on this scale, the mean for the male workers is about $10 an hour. The mean for the female workers is a little less than 10. If I want to see exactly what it is, what I can do is I can hit this button. Oh, sorry, I have to go here, and so I can say show numeric value, and there it is. It's basically $2 an hour less than their male counterparts. Now, there's a little bit more to the story. So the question is this true even when you consider the education level and years of work experience? So you might, as you explore with this, you have all the data, and play with Tinkerplots, and then let me know what you think. So you'll have some questions in Moodle, and I'll look forward to seeing what you think of it. All right, talk to you soon.